Ghost Stories. Do all sorts of ghostly things. Talk local legends. And some ghost hunting. Stories we hope to live to tell. And you have to listen. Huz Ghost Stories. Huz Ghost Stories. We talk Tinker's Hollow to the beast of Delaware Road. Stories we hope to live to tell. And you have to listen. Huz Ghost Stories. Huz Ghost Stories.
Welcome, folks, to another episode of Huz Ghost Stories. As you saw last time, you never know what's going to happen in these episodes, so it's always worth coming back for more spooky action. I'm your host, Reiki Master and Medium, Andrew Huzar of Huzar Reiki and Readings. Fuck, I forgot my water bottle again. Oh, alright, I'm going to have to edit that out.
I'm Professor Alex Wheaton, cryptid expert and paranormal enthusiast, and we have our everyday man, Captain Tyler. Right?
Yep.
Look at that.
So,
I'm gonna go get your water.
hey, you saw what it was. This is, off the rails already. But off the rails in a good way. While Alex is gone, that will give me time to go ahead and talk without him. So, as always, use the link tree in the description to find our merch store, to find the socials, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, everywhere the podcast is at. Use that to find it. Buy yourself some cool merch. I've got the blue Huz Ghost Story shirt. Alex has the orange Huz Ghost Story shirt. Tyler has the see-through Huz Ghost Stories mask. And just to let you know, with the holiday season here coming up, or already here, thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Just want to let you know there's going to be some sick new designs coming that you'll be able to purchase in all sorts of different forms. Go to Paranormality Magazine. Give us your handy-dandy votes. We like being number one. And lastly, go check out our friends over at Erie All-Star Wrestling. Have a damn good time. Cheer on John McChesney. McChesney point! And make sure you root for the home team.
I think I know what we're talking about today.
Folks, we're in the middle of our sports run here, hoping to knock one out of the park to win a championship, get ourselves a nice little ring, and win the worst trophy in sports history.
Are we talking about soccer this year?
We are talking
this today?
Nope. We are talking about Tyler's favorite sport, baseball.
Good old American pastime.
Yes. It's actually one of the sports I don't hate. Like, I love very few sports. This is one of the sports I actually really like.
No, baseball's the best.
Jersey on. Tyler's got his hat. Alex has his hat on.
It's invisible. That's a Huz Ghost Story.
It's gonna be a fun episode. This one has a bit of a different tone than Dorothea and the Hockey Hall of Fame, and this one touches more of a specific team and area more than just everything. So I think it's okay to go ahead and get started. In 1893, the Grand Hotel of the West opened its doors for business. That was the nickname of the Pfister Hotel in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The hotel itself is gorgeous and attracts many celebrities to stay there each year. Despite its fabulous looks, there is something spooky going on within the Pfister's halls. What's interesting is that most of the stories about the Pfister's specters come from the Major League Baseball players. Stories come from all over the league, from players who lived through living nightmares when traveling to play the Brewers. Bryce Harper, one of my favorite players, nearly had a nervous breakdown after his night in the Pfister. Before going to bed, he laid out his clothes on a table that was nearby the bed. In the morning, he woke up to find his clothes scattered across the room, and the table was moved to the other side. He immediately checked to see if anyone else was in the room and saw the door was still latched. Pablo Sandoval of the Giants is one of many players that hates staying at the Pfister. His first time there, he set his iPod next to a speaker. While taking a shower, the iPod randomly started to play music, even though he made sure it was off. C.J. Wilson and the rest of the Angels had a particularly bad stay at the Pfister. C.J. was working on his laptop when the lights in his room started flickering, leading to all the power going out. He's a firm believer in the supernatural and prefers to engage and confront ghosts. He asked the spirits in his room to stop messing with the lights. The lights turned back on, but then he started to hear scratching in the walls. Then the lights began flickering again, so he kept asking the ghosts to leave him alone. But it kept going on most of the night. When telling his teammates about the experiences, he was shocked to hear they all had something happen. The most frightened teammate told him that he was actually locked inside his own bathroom, and he had to call the front desk to let him out.
The stories from the Pfister are never ending. The question is, what's the cause of the hauntings? Many guests believe it's the ghost of Charles Pfister, the son of Guido Pfister, the man who built the hotel. Guido died before the hotel could open, so Charles took over and made it his life's work to make it the best hotel in the country. He was immensely proud of his hotel and borderline obsessed. He never married nor had any children, because his life revolved around constantly working. He even lived in a private suite at the Pfister. Charles died in 27, but people believe he never left. They believe Charles is the one haunting the Pfister's halls, that now he spends eternity roaming the place he loved more than anything. Now, many add that Charles isn't the only spirit staying or stuck at the Pfister. One of the first oldest residents used to tell the people the Pfister was built on an old cemetery. He was Charles Sevier, nicknamed the first white boy born in Milwaukee. He grew up near where the Pfister was being built. He said an old poor person's graveyard was located there first. Guido Pfister never moved any of the bodies. In fact, as the crew began work, they uncovered human remains and would just rebury them elsewhere on the property. People think the spirits of those buried below the Pfister are now stuck and unable to leave.
What do you think is happening at the Pfister? Do you think... What?
Nothing.
You think Charles just refuses to leave the place he loved? Or do you think leaving the bodies there permanently trapped these ghosts in the halls? Is it both? One thing we can all agree on, though, is that the ghosts must be big Brewers fans, since they only mess with the visiting teams.
I love this story a lot because, I love that, most of the activity is documented by MLB players, and all of them talk about how much they hate staying at the hotel.
Yeah.
And, some of them talk about how they refuse, so they'll pay for their own hotel room out of their own pocket elsewhere. But, the team itself has to stay in that hotel, and they despise it. Even a reporter was in town to cover the Brewers, and he talked about how he heard a baby crying in the middle of the night in his room. So he woke up and was like, oh my God, my kids, they never sleep. And then he was like, wait, my kids aren't with me, and they're teenagers.
Whoa.
And so he just, lost his shit.
It's fair.
But, it's just... It's so cool, just to have that, where these athletes, these people that like we hold up as like gods almost in today's society.
Yeah, and not like, don't get me wrong, sports people are some of the most superstitious people you'll ever meet. But like the fact that most of the sightings are reported by players, just something about that makes it way more believable, way more crazy, I guess would be the way I like to say it.
Yeah. And Tyler, what are your early thoughts here on the Pfister Feister?
Pfister.
Pfister.
The feisty fister.
Yeah.
I think. I think. My first thought was, it's definitely Charles, who's hanging around, but definitely the relocated spirits.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that's
talked about a few things before where bodies weren't properly
Uh-huh. Immediately the moment that I heard the words, oh, there was a graveyard here, but when they were uncovering things, they just moved the bodies. Legitimately, my brain immediately went to Lincoln Park Golf Course, and I went, you gotta be kidding me. Another one.
Yeah. And for years after the hotel was built and the hauntings started, they kept interviewing the first white boy born in Milwaukee, and he kept telling them the same story. And like one time, he even talked about how he was going there, trying to find the remains himself to try to move them.
Yeah.
And he would just see construction workers just taking them out of one hole, dropping them in another, and just because they were in the way of whatever they were doing there, but they're fine here. And that's just wacky to me. Like, you're finding the remains and like you're just chucking them in a pile and then just burying that pile.
Great
yeah, that's
stuff.
tough.
Yeah.
Burial mounds.
But yeah, I definitely think Charles is there, and I think those spirits have something to do with it too. I find it interesting that there's not really any stories of like a really malevolent encounter that I could find. Like, the one guy was locked in his bathroom, but like he wasn't physically hurt at all or assaulted at all.
Inconvenienced.
Yeah. They like to scare people more so than actually like do anything to hurt them.
Get off my land.
Yeah.
Leave my home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And famously, Megan Thee Stallion stayed at the Pfister, and her experience there left her really, really shaken before her concert. She posted a video to Instagram, which I found on YouTube. It's a fun statement to say. And I haven't watched it yet, but I figured we could watch it together for the first time. I know that sometimes the sharing can be a little weird, so Tyler, you might only be able to hear it.
All right.
But hopefully it works out here. All right, so real quick here. Does anyone think a video on Sting is going to pop up? Because last time we tried doing a YouTube video, it came up talking about AEW superstar Sting.
I was saying the wrestler, or
Yeah, the wrestler. We
okay.
think Sting's going to make a surprise appearance. We think it's going to go straight to Megan.
I'm going to say straight to Megan. You never know.
Sting. It's Sting.
All right, here we go. Pressing play in 3. Oh, I did it before I wanted to. Is it sharing my audio? Hold on. Redo.
Oh, that time it wasn't Sting.
Very much not Sting.
But this time it could be.
All right, here we go.
You just hear Tony Schiavone. It's Sting.
Okay, so apparently we are staying in the most haunted hotel in Milwaukee. And this is like one of the top most haunted places in America. Why the fuck would they book me at this hotel? Helen, tell the people how you feel about staying at the most haunted place in Milwaukee?
Scared.
Bitch.
I'm scared.
Do you think that you're gonna make it through the night?
Yes, I'm not staying here.
Bitch, yes you is.
No, I ain't.
Yes the fuck you is.
Sleep in that car.
How do you feel about staying in one of the most haunted places in Milwaukee? One of the most haunted places in the world.
I'm actually kind of petrified because I'm actually staying overnight. So if I go missing, just know I love you.
Why would you put us at this hotel?
The ghosts aren't going to bother you unless you have good bad vibes. So as long as you have good vibes, the ghosts are friendly. They're spirits.
Some of you bitches will be fucked in here. Definitely be talking to your ass.
They told me.
Nah, bitch, you done already fucked that they told me, bitch. How you feel about staying in one of the most haunted hotels?
You know, I'm feeling very protected and very blessed.
Period.
So I'm good.
One thing about her ancestors gonna protect her, bitch. You about to walk in the hallway, because I heard that's where the most shit go down. Bitch, not I look like a ghost. Why I doing that? But for real, I'm about to walk in the hallway. They say the shit be going down in the hallway, down on the second floor. I think I'm finna send Coochie down there. I need you to see what's going on. Okay. Stay fucking tuned.
So that was Megan Thee Stallion on staying at the Pfister Hotel.
The minute 50 of my life I'll never get back.
Yeah.
So she wasn't happy to be staying at the Pfister.
I mean,
Well, did she not post a follow-up?
No. And that video was actually deleted from her Instagram. That's why I had to go to YouTube to find it.
Fair.
I got to her.
I mean, they may have. I don't know if her music's ever been the same after staying there.
I can't talk about it. I don't know
It's
anything.
about getting loose.
So, Alex, would you stay at the Pfister?
Yeah. I mean, okay. What are the circumstances that I'm there?
Let's say...
Am I there because I need to stay somewhere and I'm in Milwaukee, or am I staying there because I'm doing an investigation?
You're going to Milwaukee. I don't know why anyone goes to Milwaukee, but you're going to Milwaukee and you need a hotel.
If that was the only one that I had to stay at, yeah, I'm staying. I wouldn't just run away because it's a haunted place. I definitely would be a little more scared and not easy to fall asleep, but if it's a place to lay my head for the night, I'm laying my head for the night.
Tyler, how about you?
Motel 8 down the road. No way. Nope.
That's fair.
Now, I didn't know about this. Obviously, but soon as I hear scratching and lights flickering, I'm getting out of Dodge. Because there's one thing I value, it's sleep.
I can see that. I would stay there, and I think I would try to see what, actually is happening, what's going on. I was trying to see what else I could find, because there's so many people that have stayed there and just basically noped out. Mookie Betts actually rented out an Airbnb and left, I think, in the middle of the night because he was done with that shit.
Yeah, see? Yeah. It's an all-star decision.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, you're on a visiting baseball team, Tyler. Let's say some slack Division III team, the Yankees.
Sure.
And, you're the only place you can stay is at that hotel. You have no other options. Walk us through how your night's going.
And I'm aware of the history.
Yeah. Let's say you're a rookie, but you've heard from the team, hey.
All right. Start to feel it out. See what's going on. And if paranormal activity starts happening, and I can't leave. I'm going to the hotel bar, getting shit-faced to help me sleep, stumbling back to my room and hoping I make it through the night without any weird happenings.
A lot of the players talk about not playing very well the next day because of
I can't sleep.
Yeah. Is there anything you're doing the next day to try to combat that? Like, are you just chugging energy drinks? Are you trying to catch a nap? What are you doing?
Probably taking a nap on the bus to the ballpark. That's probably my best guess or best course of action there. Let's see
I
what
feel you there
else.
because, like, if the ghosts are keeping you up, then like you're gonna need something to get you back to normal. So like I feel like a nap at some point is your best weapon. I think though what I think what's takeaway from this legend though, and Tyler, you can probably agree with me. I think it's just how bad the Brewers are because they have ghosts on their side and they still can't win.
Yeah.
They've got ghosts keeping all these teams awake and like teams that are petrified. Like I said, Bryce Harper and Mookie Betts are terrified of this hotel. And the Brewers still can't
You still can't get it done. I think it's sad, honestly. You got the paranormal on your side, and Bryce Harper's still going to go 3 for 5 and 2 home runs the next day. That's kind of tough. Although Corbin Carroll just won the NL Cy Young last year, great pitcher. So maybe there's something to it.
Think could be. So I did find some extra stories here. I did not pre-read these, so I'm just going to go ahead and just read them here, and let's see what we think about this. This is Michael Young, formerly of the Rangers.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not someone who spreads ghost stories, so if I'm telling you this, it happened. A couple of years ago, I was lying in bed after a night game, and I was out. My room was locked, but I heard these footsteps inside my room stomping around. I had heard all these stories about this hotel, so I was wide awake at that point. And then I heard it again, the footsteps on the floor. So I yelled out, "Hey, make yourself at home, all right? Hang out, have a seat, but do not wake me up, okay?" After that, I didn't hear a thing for the rest of the night. I just let him know that, he was welcome, that we could be pals, that we could marinate in there for as long as he needed to, just as long as he didn't wake me up.
It's an odd choice of word.
It is. It's an odd choice of words. So, marinate. That it's his quote in the thing. So sounds like he didn't have that bad of a situation. He just kind of told the ghost knock it off, and the ghost.
Yeah, when C.J. Wilson did it though, they don't give a shit.
Let's see. Jimon Choi.
G-Man Choi.
There's one player who appears to like the ghosts in the Pfister, and that's the one-time Brewer and current Rays cult favorite. Claiming that he's seen ghosts before, Choi said he felt one in his first night at the Pfister. Though he said his sleep was not good because of the restless spirits, he also said he feels comfortable when ghosts are present. I was scared at first, so I didn't want to open my eyes. I dealt with that a lot more times after that. Oh, here we go. The other times Choi was there include laying on his side and feeling a spirit crawl up behind him to hug him, and another whispering in his ear. Tyler, that happens to you, what's happening?
Fuck out of Dodge. Nope. No fucking ghostly enterings. No ghostly spooning. No ghostly sweet nothings. Nada. I'm sleeping in the hotel lobby.
Oh, all right, I like this one. Carlos Martinez. When the Cardinals were in town in 2018, Martinez and Marcel Uzona both claimed to have seen a ghost. "We are here in Milwaukee," Martinez said in Spanish in an Instagram video. "I just saw a ghost. In Ozuna's room, he saw another one. We are all here. We are all in Panita's room. We are all stuck here. We are going to sleep together. If the ghost shows again, we are all going to fight together." So,
Well, that's a bold fucking take.
so multiple teammates here saw the ghost, so they all decided to go into the same room together, and their plan was to fight it if it came back.
I mean, sure.
So Tyler, how do you think the boys would have fared in that fight?
Not great. I mean, what are they playing the fight with? Like,
Maybe they're back.
shadow battle?
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's going to work in their favor.
I don't think so either. Some guy goes out and gets like garlic. The other guy's like, "That's vampires, you idiot."
Yes. Exactly. That's how I see it playing out.
Yeah,
This is
like
The ghost wins that fight 10 times out of 10, right?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
So, like, these are just some of the stories to come out of the Pfister. If you're interested in the Pfister, definitely just Google it. Like, there's a ton out there. I mean, we could probably spend like 3 hours just reading stories from people. So, Alex, Guido, Charles, the bodies underneath. Who do you think's doing what? Because now you've heard a few other stories of things happening.
I think a majority of it are the spirits of the people who once lived there. Like, just plain and simple. But I think maybe some positive experiences, or rather just kind of like walking down the hallway stuff. I think that might be good old what's-his-face. Not Guido.
Charles?
Charles, thank you.
Chuck?
Yeah.
Chucky
Tyler,
Pfister.
how about you? What are you thinking?
Yep.
Chucky?
Oh, it's like I said, I definitely think it's Chuck.
Makes sense. It really
I
does.
think we lost him.
I think we did.
I think we lost Tyler.
Okay.
I think he's back.
Guido didn't like that.
Tyler, can you hear us? We cannot hear you. It says you are there, though. This, I'm starting to think these sports curses are transferring over to us.
That's what it seems like.
While we try to get Tyler back here, Alex, do you have anything else you wanna say, or what is?
I don't know. I got disconnected for a second.
Hey, you're both back.
Oh.
I see what he means.
They're, on our screen, it shows two everyday normal guys.
Huh.
One's blank and then one's you.
Well,
But they're both
fuck that
recording.
Fun.
Guido, man.
So, Alex, any final thoughts here on the Pfister Hotel?
I want to know how much it costs to go and stay there. The only reason I say this is because a lot of famous people are staying there, which means it's decently expensive, but not like... So, I don't know. I'm interested. What can I say?
Tyler, I'm gonna throw it over to you. I'm gonna see how much the Pfister cut. Well, they have a fancy logo, so it's gonna be
Exactly.
Well, I mean, the guy had a life work. He wasn't just going to have a logoless hotel.
See? Makes sense.
Hold
yeah.
on.
So, Tyler, what else do you? What final thoughts do you have on the Pfister?
10 out of 10, don't recommend. Even for free, I don't think I'd stay there. But I think the Spirits need to do a little better than what they're doing to get the Brewers to win. You know, there's definitely some improvement to be made. Let's see, where did the Brewers finish this year? NL standings 2023. They're going to be in the NL Central. Come on. Oh, they won the division this year, 92-70. Maybe they don't.
Way to go, Charles.
Yeah,
They
they
finally
finished
did it.
9 above the Cubs.
Wow.
All right, so a little more work to bring home a championship, but we'll get there.
So all-inclusive stays at the Pfister. They start, looks like, about $500 a night.
Whew.
About what I expected.
Let's see here. Let's talk about the Pfister King. The Pfister rooms are our deluxe rooms located in our historic section of the hotel, i.e., that is the haunted section, I bet, which maintains the elegance and luxury of when it was first built. Feathered bed toppers and blankets, LCD flat panel TVs just like in the 1800s, iPod MP3 compatible radio alarm, spa, bathrooms, laptop sized in room safes, 24-hour movies, wireless internet speed, and each room does come with 2 60-minute spa treatments, $100 food and beverage credit,
Ooh.
a chilled bottle of bubbly upon arrival, and complimentary parking with a bonus late night dessert sent straight to your room. If this night sounds like a great deal for you, head over to the Pfister's website and you can start booking for $509 a night. I think we just found out where Tyler's going to be having his honeymoon at.
Yeah, beautiful Milwaukee.
But I think that does it for today. Very cool story. I love it. I think it's fun, and I like that all these baseball players are being affected by it. So I'm going to have to pay more attention next season to people playing against Milwaukee to see who's getting messed up by the Ghosts.
Yeah.
To the NL Central.
Yep. But thanks for coming. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like, subscribe, come back next time for some more sporty action, and stay in the light.